piece that's left out of that list, and it's one that I've addressed for years in China, and that I noted again in my paper that I presented to this year's China Development Forum, as well as in the remarks I made the day after, and that's the need to rebalance the economy toward the Chinese household or consumer. You know, there's more talk about that, but it's unfortunately not talk that is being supported by aggressive new policies. The point I've made on the Chinese consumer is because of aging and because of the low level of security that is provided by the current social safety net, healthcare and retirement, that Chinese households are still predisposed toward fear-driven precautionary saving. The household savings rate is still in excess of 32% right now. And until the safety net issues get addressed, that savings rate is going to remain high, and Chinese consumers will be unwilling or unable to convert their role from savers to active discretionary consumers. The promises and security that a more robust safety net would offer are limited. And so the consumption share of the Chinese economy remains below 40% right now, which is extraordinarily low. I think Chinese policymakers and officials would benefit from learning what is it about the Western model of consumer-led growth that has created the dynamism of our economies, and what certain features of that model may be applicable to China in its own struggles to execute a very important rebalancing of its economic structure. I would say I've been sort of the first to make this point, and I've been consistent year and year and year in making this point to Chinese policymakers and to the China Development Forum. I remember saying this last year at the China Development Forum. I said, how many times do I have to keep coming back and making another presentation to you on consumer-led rebalancing and focusing on your social safety net? I said, I've made that presentation probably 15 years in a row. You know, the safety net issues are typically among the most difficult, I think, for Chinese policymakers to grasp and change.